Alright, so in one of my previous videos, you saw the detailed unboxing and the review of the IROAD FX2 PRO Dashcam. Now, IROAD is one of the leading dash camera manufacturers from South Korea and the second South Korean brand to feature on my channel. They supposedly have the most cameras sold worldwide compared to any other global leading brand. So IROAD is now expanding globally, including India, based on the high demand and based on the high requirement for dashcams currently going on in the Indian market. The good thing about IROAD is that they are offering a 2-year warranty compared to the standard 1-year warranty provided by every dashcam manufacturer. But aside from all this, there's something which you need to know before you actually buy the IROAD dashcam. They have a dedicated app software for both PC and Mac, and this software is very useful. I mean, for someone who wants to monitor the recorded videos, who wants to take a look at all the snaps, who wants to take a look at where exactly the point of vibrations happened in the car and wants to download the videos to his or her PC, I mean, a very user-friendly app by IROAD is something which I never saw from any other manufacturer till date. So in this video, I'll be showing you a quick look at the IROAD app, what are its features and what you can do with it. Along with that, give you a detailed video quality review of the IROAD FX2 Pro from both front and the rear camera, along with its number plate readability as well. So you're watching Travel Tech, let's take a look. So this is the IROAD app for PC, and it's a very intuitive, very useful app which IROAD has given out. So you can open up the folder of the dashcam, just select the folder and open up all the files within this app. And if you click on a particular file, it's going to show you both the front and the rear camera video recording right within the app. So you can monitor and even switch between the cameras. You can also get a map view showing you the exact location where the car was traveling at the particular point of playing the video, I mean the specific video which you're playing on the screen. You can also access the settings of this app. You can try to update it, and also you can get into the details of the app. There is an option to change the language and also the option to download any of the videos such as channel 1 and channel 2, which is basically front and the rear cameras. You can download it in AVI and .mp4 format. To look down in the video, you do see some red, green and blue lines there. So this is the graph which shows you the vibrations of the G sensor, and whenever it detects any vibration, it gives out that exact chart down below in the video. So this is very helpful, and I haven't seen this in any camera. The X, Y and Z axis are plotted out at the bottom, and this shows you the exact moment where there were more than normal vibrations, and you can take a look at these immediately and see what the event on what the incident had happened at that particular moment. So this IROAD app, I find this pretty useful and pretty helpful to those who want to monitor the videos, to those who want to take a look in detail about each and every aspect of the dash camera, of the recorded videos. You can even fast forward the videos twice to take a quick look at all the recorded videos and also save yourself some time. So here's the first sample from the FX2 Pro from the front camera without HDR. You can see there's the Tata Innova right in front, very close to me, about a distance of 5 to 10 feet or less. So my headlights are not currently falling directly on the number plate, and if we zoom in to take a look, a very decent read of the number plate, each letter and number clearly visible. You can even make out the IND lettering on the left portion of the number plate. The image is kind of soft, not much sharpness in it. You also don't see much noise in the image because this is at a very close range and there is a good illumination surrounding the number plate as well. So this specific number plate read is what the camera is going to give you under the perfect conditions, under ideal conditions. But what if the conditions are not ideal? What I mean to say is, as you're seeing on the screen right now, if your car headlight is falling directly on the number plate at night, this is what you're going to get, a whitewashed picture. Because this camera doesn't get a StarWaves 2 sensor, the number plate read under the glare of the headlights will be whitewashed like most other cameras which don't have a StarWaves 2. So this is to show you the limits of this camera. I mean, generally this is the limit of every other camera which doesn't have a StarWaves 2 sensor. So under ideal conditions, you're going to get a very good read of the number plate, but under high glare conditions, you should not be practically expecting this camera to work miracles for you. Moving on to the daytime sample, now here's a Tata Nexon about a similar distance as the Innova in the previous example, and if we just zoom in on the plate, a decent read. You can almost more or less make out the IND lettering as well. It's not as clear, but still you can do make it out. Again, the image is on the softer side, not much sharpness in it, but the number plate readability by its own is very good, and you can make out each letter and number at this very close range. Moving on to the rear camera sample. Now here's a look at the Maruti Swift, which is quite close to my car, about a distance of 10 feet or less. If we zoom in on its number plate, a good read of the number plate, kind of equivalent to what the front camera performs, but just slightly lesser. Also, it does fare better in terms of sharpness. The image is not as soft as we have seen in the front camera image. The readability of the number plate is also pretty decent, and you can make out each letter and number very clearly. Now do note that this number plate read is at a very close range, but if the vehicle is far away, more than 15 to 20 feet away, you should not be expecting this kind of a number plate read. Moving on to the daytime sample from the rear camera. Now in this specific example, the number plate size itself is very small, comparable to what two-wheelers have, and if we zoom in on the plate, you do see some mild blurriness because the size of the number plate is now drastically lesser than what we've seen in the previous examples. Although you can still make out the number plate, you do see some sort of haziness within the letters and the numbers, since this is just a 1080p camera. So the working range of this camera, at a close range, it expects the number plate to be of a larger size, and if you're trying to zoom in on the number plates which are smaller in size, or the number plates of any two-wheeler specifically talking, the image might get a bit blurry, reducing the ease of reading the number plate to about 70 to 80% than the regular 100%. Now moving on to the overall video quality from both front and the rear camera, I've stacked them together so that you can compare the video quality of both these cameras. I mean, I'm really impressed to say that the rear camera quality looks pretty much similar to the front camera. I mean, that's the kind of difference most dash cams do not produce. What I mean to say is the front camera usually looks much better compared to the rear camera in most of the dual channel dash cams. But in this case, the quality looks pretty much similar. There's not a drastic difference, and it's something which is going to be difficult for you to make out with your naked eye. So I've given out the technical specifications of each of these cameras, including its resolution, frame rate, bitrate, and the file size. You can take a look at that for your convenience. Just to say, the overall video quality during daytime from both front camera and the rear camera, considering this is only a 1080p camera, is pretty decent and workable, and will be sufficient enough to work as evidence in your favor. Moving on to the nighttime video footage quality, you do see some sort of high exposure levels in the rear camera compared to the front one. I mean, it's not as drastic, but a very mild level of increased exposure. You can also notice some marginal improvement in the sharpness levels in the rear camera compared to the front one. But in terms of the color temperature, saturation, contrast, and the brightness levels overall, both cameras are giving out a same range with a very similar video quality appearance. I mean, the brightness in the video does look sufficient to cover up the entire area surrounding the car. You will be able to record all the incidents that are happening right in front and the rear of the car, and in terms of serving you as evidence, this does seem to doing its job well. Also do note that in the case of rear camera, it does catch some glare from the headlights, and in that particular area the image might look a bit whitewashed. So for a Korean dashcam, it's currently on sale in India at a price of about 18,999, that's 19,000 rupees. And if you're interested in purchasing this dashcam, the link to purchase it is given in the description below. And just in case if you missed my previous video of the detailed unboxing, features, and the review of the FX2 Pro, you can check out that video as well. The link will be in the description. If you have any doubts or queries regarding this camera, you can always write that down in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. So I hope this video has improved your level of knowledge regarding the FX2 Pro Dashcam, and in case if it did, make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and smash that like button. Also don't forget to follow me on my Facebook, Insta, and the WhatsApp page. The links to follow me is given in the description as well. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.